What is going on, guys? It's your boy CJR Sports. And before we get started, I just want to say welcome, New York Giants fans. I'm glad you are here. I want you guys to enjoy this video. So if you do, leave a like and subscribe to this channel as I post sometimes mainly just Giants videos and other NFL content. So if that's kind of your speed, kind of the channel that you're looking for, consider subscribing. It's free. But now let's get right into this video. We're going to talk about the man on your screen, Saquon Barkley, like all of our videos have been so far for the Giants content. There was a NFL offensive coordinator that said Saquon Barkley doesn't know how to play running back anymore. And so when ESPN were kind of ranking the running backs, he didn't even crack the top 10, but he did earn an honorable mention. Take that as for what you wish. I personally don't care if he's not top 10. He's not top 10 running back in my opinion anymore. But one of the offensive coach, gave Saquon Barkley a pretty ugly review and a couple of mean comments put in there. Claimed that Saquon Barkley still has no idea how to play running back. This is kind of what he said. Barkley was number 1 on the list 2 years ago of playing running back. He was a number 1 ranked running back in the league 2 years ago, but declined due to injuries that have cost him 22 games over 4 seasons. That's hardly the issue with his game. In 2021, he produced just 539 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on 162 carries. He said, "I'm down on him. He still doesn't know how to play running back enough." A veteran NFL offensive coach said, "He's a bouncer. He wants every run to be a home run. He's going to have to learn that 4-yard runs in this league are good instead of stopping cutting it back and losing 2 yards. And he gets his ass kicked in protection." That's what he said. So take that from what you want. While injuries have definitely been a concern, I don't think the offensive coordinators and the head coaches that he has been given has also helped him. He came in the Pat Shurmur regime. That kind of turned into someone from McAdoo to Shurmur to Judge, and Judge to Dayball? Or am I flipping? So after just checking, it was McAdoo, Shurmur, Judge, Dayball. So I was correct. He was under the Shurmur regime, which technically that's when he had his best season. Went to Judge. He was hurt during most of the Joe Judge regime, so it's hard to kind of, really say how he was. And then, Dayball says that he's going to be more of a receiving, kind of play everywhere position, which is kind of how he was in 2018 with Pat Shurmur. So I'm interested to see how everything works out. But I'm very curious to see if there's other coaches that feel the same way about Saquon, and there's a reason why he wasn't moved this offseason, because it seemed like there wasn't a lot of teams or, executives and coaches that are really high on him. But my personal opinion is that Barkley doesn't really need to be a top 10 running back in July. What matters is, come August, September, October, November, December, January. And if the Giants can get to February, that's when it really matters. It doesn't really matter in July to me. He just needs to be healthy come week 1. I would prefer training camp, but if even then, he's starting to feel himself, he said. He's starting to feel the best he's ever felt, according to himself, which I know, say what you want. Most players are going to say that, every year, man, I'm feeling the best I've ever had. And then all we care is about the play on the field. If he performs like he did in 2018, he can be a top 3, top 5 running back, which that's his ceiling. His ceiling is the best running back in the league. And he was that at one point. He just needs to get back to that form. And that's going to start with 1, the coach, 2, the offensive line, and 3, himself if he can stay healthy. The coach isn't wrong about saying some of the reason why is his injuries, and I think that's how he's starting to run onto the field too, is knowing that he's been injured and feels like that he hasn't had an offensive line to help him. So yes, there's times where he has to do everything himself, and you see it where he's jump cutting, going back and forth because there's someone already 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage just when he gets the ball in his hands, from how bad some of our offensive line has been in New York. And if you haven't watched the tape and all you hear about Saquon Barkley and you actually sit down, you go, wow, this offensive line is truly this bad. Saquon Barkley gets a lot of a lot of hate for stuff that sometimes he can't control. Is there times where I do agree where Saquon does bounce back and forth, try to jump cut, and try to make something out of nothing? Sure, but I'd rather have that than a guy that just falls onto the ground and not. It's someone that's as agile as Saquon Barkley. We expect that from him. We expect someone to try to make a jump cut, spin, cut, maybe bounce it outside once in a while. I think with this report about what this coach was saying is that, him trying. There is times where I don't disagree from the coach, where Saquon does have an open hole, but no, he'd rather take it up, to the outside the tackle and see, if he can break it there. There's definitely times where I've seen that, especially if you watch film. There's time that you've seen that. But that comes with trusting in your offensive line and be able to run through your guards and your tackles. But that trust needs to be earned, in my opinion, from Saquon to the line. Saquon knows if he's going to run through the guard and tackle that there's at least going to be a sliver of a hole, that if he hits it or not, he wants to trust that if he runs there, the offensive line got him, and he hasn't had that. This is the best offensive line the Giants have had probably in 5-6 years. So hopefully we can see some better runs from Saquon, some better protection, and all around just better offensive line play just in general. That's what I'm hoping for. But Giants fans, I hope you guys enjoyed. And it's your boy, CJR Sports, and I'm out. Peace, guys.